श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जन्माद्यस्य तोन्मयादितरतश्चार्थेषु तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदि कवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 7, Chapter 15, verse number 61. So these are teachings of Sri Narada to King Yudhishthira, and in the past few verses he is explaining the Siddhanta of Advaitavad or Vivartavad, in which Brahman is the only reality and the world is just a mere appearance. As we can see water in the mirage, or snake in the rope, or blueness in the sky. So in the same way the world appears the way it is appearing to us, but it is Brahman. So on this he explains why does it appear like this in this particular verse. It says, Syat sadrishya brahmas tavad vikalpe sati vastunaha jagrat swapo yatha swapne tatha vidhi nishedata. So it says, Syat sadrishya brahmas tavad. It says that this Brahma, this illusion, happens because of similarity, sadrishya. So just because there is similarity between rope and snake, they both are wavy, not straight, curvaceous. So then one can mistake the rope for snake. And vikalpe sati vastuna, when you don't have the proper knowledge of the reality, then this Brahma, this thing happens. So Jagrat swapo yatha swapne. Says that just like in the dream, you can also have the state of wakefulness and dream. So in the same way, the principles of injunction and prohibitions also apply. I think we missed the previous verse, number 60. It says, Dhatvo avyavitvacha tanmatra avyavirvina nashura satya avyavini san avyavo antata. It says that the elements which make, ingredients which make a product, they are also not real, because they cannot exist without their parts. They themselves are not the parts, but they also have their parts. And Nashur Yasakti Avyavati Avyaviho Antata. If the Avyavi, if the whole does not exist, as was proven in the previous verse, then the parts also cannot exist ultimately. But if the whole is unreal, then the parts also must be unreal.
Because they have their own parts?
Yeah. Everything has parts. Up to the atom. So if it has parts, then it is not real. And then parts have parts, then they are also not real. And these parts which have parts become the parts for something whole, so that is not real, so nothing is real. Right? And then in the next verse, he explains why then it looks real. Nothing is real. So he says, Evam dehader mithyatva muktva tadhetunam kshityadinam api mithyatva maha dhatavi. So Vishwanath Chakravarti says that in the previous verse it was explained, or it was proven, how products like body are not real. Right? This is what he says, that Kshityadinam iharthanam chayana katmapi. That body which is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether is not real. It is mrisha. Mrisha means not real. So now he says that the ingredients which make the body, they are also not real. Dhatus means the elements. So dharayanti iti dhatavo mahabhutani. So dhatu refers to the mahabhutas, which are 5 in number. And tanmatrai sukshmair avyavai vinanesu. So the elements, they come from the tanmatras. Those, you remember Sankhya. So first you get the tanmatras, tanmatra of earth, tanmatra of other elements, and from tanmatras come the gross elements. So the ingredients, so earth also has its ingredient as earth tanmatra, sky has sky tanmatra, water has water tanmatra. So then earth is also a whole, and whole we already proven that it is not real. So then earth is also not real. So anything which has parts is not real.
Here, of the mother and of those elements generated by a generation to themselves, not part and whole.
No, part and whole is also cause and effect. Everything is cause and effect. If you take some wood piece and make some table, those pieces are the cause. Niyat purvatitva.
Yeah, but of the mother and of those elements are not in the same relation
Doesn't matter what relation is there. They are the cause. Ingredients, avyava or whatever you call it means cause. Anything which comes from the cause is not real, because when it comes from the cause you cannot delineate clearly what is it. Is it one with cause? It is different with cause? Okay, we use the word parts. We want to use the word cause and effect. It's the same theory.
So you said that all this explanation about part and whole, you might get with respect to cause and effect.
Yeah, because is it one with cause or it is separate from cause? Is it an aggregate of cause or is it not? So you cannot delineate. You cannot say it is
aggregate means sandhya, that's combination. Sandhya, then what?
like trees in a forest. Because if you pull any part, then those ingredients, the causes also come along with it. You know, stay back. So therefore it says dhatavayo, dhatavo avyavina cha tanmatra avyavairvina. So tanmatra are the avyavas and dhatus are the avyavi. Yeah, cause is a part. What else is a part? Part? What else is part? Part means anything which you combine and that gives you a product. If hydrogen and oxygen are giving you water, then you can say that hydrogen and oxygen is the cause of water, you can say they are parts of water.
I'm trying to form the patient. See, water comes. So water body, when we take water body, water is there, wave is there. So how will so waves, they are not permanent. Water is there all time in the form of wave we can see. But the wave sometimes they appear and sometimes disappear. So we take it as water only, right? Like same thing what we explained yesterday, the table and the parts of table. Table is there and parts are also there. Then we can see that the
wave has no existence at all other than water.
Then only water we see. So in this aspect, what do you think? That it is inherent, it is there, because of that we see it, or we have to take it as table and part if you differentiate parts?
Wave is nothing but arrangement of that. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a new product.
It's not new product.
Just arrangement of water.
Water, yeah. It's water only.
It's not that you're producing something new.
So that's this the same formula.
Even if you consider it as new by function, it can perform something different. And also again the question is that you cannot say that it is different, and that's what he's trying to prove. It doesn't exist separate.
And it's not exist separate. That's
why it is false.
Yeah, it's false. Okay. So means he will come up with that which is exist, means that which is true. After this,
because if it is real, it should have its own existence. You say, you have to make this point clear, whether the product is one with the ingredients or is it separate.
Okay.
So there are only two possibilities, and he showed that in both cases it is false.
One with and separate. Then
because if it is separate, then is it in every part of it or is it in just one part?
Okay. These 2 points we are discussing. One with and separate. We are not discussing transformation.
No, anything, transformation also, you make transformation, so what is it? Then it is different or one?
Okay.
Whether you call it combination, aggregation, transformation, modification, doesn't matter what you call it. The thing is that when a product is produced by certain causes, call them parts, call them ingredients, it doesn't matter. Cause is a general word. There are certain causes, they combine together, give rise to a product. This we call an effect product. So that product, that effect, what is it? Does it have its independent existence or it does not have independent existence? So if you have independent existence, then there is a problem which is that means I can donate you a golden pot and then take the parts from it out. So you say, okay, you have the pot, I have the parts. So it doesn't exist. Now if it is one with it, then where is it? Is it in each part, in each ingredient? If you say ingredient or each cause, there may be many causes.
Each part also is fully exist or no? That's all.
And that part has further parts.
Okay.
Same thing will apply to that. Samjha? So therefore nothing really exists.
Yes, it really exists, not really, it exists. Call it really. It still exists.
No, that's appearance, that's what it's saying, that has appearance. That's not real.
So here, it's just one line of argument and has nothing to do with the fact that the thing didn't exist previously, didn't exist for a short period of time and then disappears. It's a different line of argument to prove that something does not really exist because it exists temporarily. So those two things are totally independent.
No, you can include, you can say, if you want to call it Arambhavad, that is Arambhavad. Something is not there and then it comes into existence, that's what Nayayikas say. But the question will come, the same question will come, when it comes into existence, where does it exist? Whether it was there in the beginning or not there in the beginning, I accept, okay, it's something new, but where is it? That's called appearance. It doesn't have real existence, but it appears to exist. It's like dreams. You dream, you see them, they are not real.
Then they say that this is all a dream.
It's a dream.
It's on a different level because snake that appears, rock that appears, which appears as a snake, cannot bite you, cannot cause you any harm, but if the table rocks on your head, it was suddenly more real.
No, that is also appearance. This breaking is also appearance.
Like eating is not appearance.
It's like you in a dream and somebody hits you in the dream, you feel pain, maybe blood comes out. It's all in the dream. So the dream reality like that, it's going on. When Shankaracharya was going with his disciples, and India was more or less forest in those days. So they were walking, and he was from Kerala where there were a lot of elephants. So he was preaching like this, and then one elephant came from the front, and the Mahavat was sitting on top of that rider, and he was shouting, get away, the elephant is mad. So when everybody ran away, including Shankaracharya, he jumped onto a tree. Then he went away. So then the disciples asked him, why did you run away? Everything is false. Nothing is real. The elephant is not real. His attacking is not real. So why did you run away? Shankaracharya said that running away was also not real. One thing that was real. So if your head breaks from the table, it is also not real. It's happening at the same level of reality what the table is. Because one reality cannot function into another reality. So your head is not real, the table is not real, and the breaking of the head is not real. Good.
Ultimately, it's all this different if one says that everything is Brahman, nothing exists apart from Brahman. All this unreality is different from...
No, that's not different. That's what he's saying. He says it's all Brahman. And what the variety you see is only appearance, not real. It's like the rope is the reality, snake is not real, it's only appearance.
But somewhere the real snake has been there. Otherwise, how it depends on the appearance of something. If there's something else, if there is no kind of object which exists, then it is an existing object and the appearance of the object.
So that so the snake, you have experience of saying snake because this thing is going anadi, so it is coming from the past, from past, and from past, and from past. That is one way of understanding, and another way of understanding is that real snake is in Golok Vrindavan, and you imagine it here. So this is imaginary and that is real. So everything is imaginary. Don't worry. Even your worry is imaginary. So dharayanti iti dhatavo mahabhutani tanmatrai sukshmair avyavair vina nasya. So he says that these mahabhutas, earth, water, fire, these gross elements, they cannot come into existence without their subtle parts, the tanmatras. First they are tanmatras, and then you have the gross thing. Avyavitvat teshamapi tarhi avyavah saptya iti chet tatraha taprakarena avyavini asati avyavopi antato asangayi. So he says that because they are avyavi, they are wholes or products, they also have their parts. Anything which is a product has a cause. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, they are products, so they have their causes. And if the effect is not real, then cause is also not real. So either you go from that cause is not real, therefore the effect is not real, or you go from the other side. If the effect is not real, then the cause is not real. And it was already proven that the whole is not real, the effect is not real, therefore causes are not real. So he says ultimately nothing is real. Antato avyavo antata. Avyavi pratiti अन्यथा अनुपत्ति बिना तत्सद्भावे प्रमाणा भाव. So he says that avyavi pratiti अन्यथा अनुपत्ति बिना तत्सद्भावे प्रमाणा. Says that if there is a product, so you cannot see the product without the ingredients. And if the product which you are seeing is not real, although it is appearing, then those parts, these ingredients must also be of the same type. Not real, but just merely appearing. So he says, Taduktam Panchme. So he says that this was also spoken by Jad Bharat to King Rahuguna. And Rahuguna was going to hear a lecture, and on the way one of his palanquin bearer fell sick, so they needed a carrier and they caught Jad Bharat. They engaged him, but he did not know how to walk, so he was walking rickety. And king was getting jerks. So he chastised, and then after some time Jad Bharat spoke. When he heard him speak, then the king realized that he is some great sage, so he jumped from his palanquin, fell at his feet, and then he gave him lecture. Jad Bharat. So this is one of the words. It says, Evam niruktam chiti shabda kritam asannidhanat paramanawo ye avidyaya manasa kalpitaste yesham samuhena krito vishesha. So he says that evam niruktam chiti shabda kritam. He says that what you call as earth, what is denoted by the word earth, niruktam chiti shabda kritam asan nidhanat. He says this is not real. Why? He says he goes to the level of parmanu, the atoms. Parmanu means which is indivisible, you cannot divide it further. He says that it is said to be made of parmanus, but he says parmanus themselves are imaginary. So if the parmanus, the atoms are imaginary, then whatever comes from them is also imaginary. So he also spoke like that. Nanu tadapi chityadinam satyatvena pratiti kuto nayati itya. So now the question comes that if earth etc. or our own body is not real, then why does it appear real? Right? No matter how much we say that your body is not real, you are not going to believe me. You may not argue, you may sit quietly, but you don't believe it. So he says, why is it that we are so much hung up on this reality which is not real? Why do we think it is real? Why do we think that my hand is so nice? When we actually analyze, then what is it? Just a piece of matter. But now it looks like something functioning like this. But if you take every part of it, every cell of it, or even skin, then it's nothing actually. What we call something nice, beautiful, you try to figure out where is the beauty, you won't find it anywhere. If you ask a scientist where is the beauty, he cannot say anything about it. That's only the poet's talk. Right? Scientists cannot define what is beauty, because it's an imagination. And everybody imagines. For you somebody looks beautiful, for somebody else looks beautiful, and that person looks ugly whom you think is beautiful. Right? If it is real, then everybody should think this is real. And if someone is very beautiful and you try to see her face with a telescope, so how beautiful it will appear. You will probably see big ditches. Now try to see the teeth of the person you love, how they will appear. So beauty magnified looks horrible. Although beauty magnified should look more beautiful, But beauty magnified looks very horrible. You will probably not like to see that face. Or if you see through the microscope, then how will that beautiful face appear? So he says that this illusion of reality comes because of similarity, sadrishya. It's like you mistake a rope for snake because of the similarity between rope and snake. They look similar. Not straight, thin and long, not straight. So that gives you the illusion that this is snake. Like that we are imagining here that this is body, this is beautiful, this is male, this is female. Actually there is nothing like that. Because Atma is neither male nor female, and body without Atma has no existence. So it cannot be male or female without Atma. So if body is not a male or female by itself, and Atma is not a male or female itself, then how can the combination be male or female? So he says that this is only because of the sadrishya. Vikalpe chityadau asati mithya bhute api. So he says vikalpa here means mithya, not real. That although it is not real, so vastuna satya bhutasya bhagavan nitya dhamastha chityadinam sadrishena brahma. So now the question comes that if you mistake it because of similarity, then there must be real snake somewhere. That's come also. So there must be real body somewhere, and this we imagine this one. There must be real earth somewhere, and we imagine. So he says yes, there is a real one, real body, real earth, real water, and real snake. So because without something being real, you cannot have an illusion of it. So just like he gives example, so he says that in the abode of Krishna, everything is real. Krishna is real, his abode is real, the water there is real, his body is real, and this we imagine here. So just like you see the real water means water which we experience, and then you can mistake the mirage for water. So how you can mistake the mirage for water? Because you have seen water. Actually water. So he says like that, you have seen snake somewhere, then you can mistake the rope. A child will not mistake a rope for snake because child has no experience of snake. So we have experience, we may have seen it on the TV or in the books or seen a real snake, then we can mistake the rope for snake. So similarly, because there is a real earth, real water, real people in Krishna's abode, then we take this for real, like in a dream. So that's he is saying that Bhagavan Nitya Dhamastha Kshityadi Nam Sadrishya. So the eternal abode of Bhagavan, of Krishna, there is real earth, water, etc. And there is real beauty. So we see this. So we are actually looking for that beauty which is in the abode of Krishna. We are looking for that relation which is in the abode of Krishna, and we are trying to figure that out here. यथैव सत्यैव तेजसी सत्यस्यैव जलस्य भ्रांति मूलके आरोपे सति मरीचिका जलम भवेत् तथैव सत्यैव ब्रह्मणि सत्यस्यैव भगवद्धामस्त्वाक्षिप्त्यादेर ज्ञान मूलके आरोपे सति जगदिदं भवेत्. So he said, there are two things. And there is a rope which is real. And then there is a snake which is real. And that snake is superimposed onto this real rope and you think that there is a snake here. So like that, Brahman is real. This is all Brahman. And then there are real people in Krishna's abode and you superimpose them here. And then you say, oh, this is Kamala, this is Nalini, this is Rita, this is Achyut Krishna, and so on. And then these things look real to you. And they are only appearance.
So is superimposition possible in the Krishna's abode?
No, you are not making a superimposition in Krishna's abode.
No, in principle, is it possible or not?
You will figure that out when you go there.
I thought Shastra right about it also.
First try to get out of this illusion.
Here also is not possible because these qualities and these qualities are different. So how? You just said idea. Possible.
Why it is not possible here?
Because those qualities are not here and there are different qualities like this. We don't have experience of pure love, pure this, pure that. Everything here is not pure.
But suppose you had experience, then you can impose or not?
We have
Suppose.
an experience of purity.
From the real love, real people, real water, then you can superimpose.
Because we drop as a raindrop on the earth, right? So we have some memories from before.
Yes.
This Brahman is like outside of this abode of God or it's inside only?
Both. Okay. न च भगवद्धाम्नि अपि विवर्त प्रवर्तते तदपि असत्यमिति वाच्यम. So somebody can say that Krishna's abode is also not real. That is also vivarta. It's also an appearance. So he says that's not true because it's said in Shastra that it's real. भूगोल चक्रे सत्पुरियो भवन्ति तासां मध्ये साक्षात् ब्रह्म गोपालपुरी इति. So he says that in the Bhugol Chakra there are 7 cities and among them Gopalpuri, the abode of Gopal Krishna, is Sakshat Brahma. It's real. Gopal Tapni Shrutya. So this is from Gopal Tapni Upanishad. And Gopal Puriya Brahma Swarup Bhutatva Pratipadanat Tasam iti Nirdharan Shashtya Sakshaditi. So he says that in this statement Gopal Puri or abode of Krishna has been established as of the nature of Brahman, and it is established by using the 6th case. Brahmeti Padyo Scha Vayarthad Anyavastunami Brahmani Gopal Puriya Arapitattvamiti Vyakhyatum Asakyatva. So he says that here it is very clearly said Sakshat Brahma. And Gopal Puri, city of Krishna, is Sakshat Brahman, directly Brahman. So then there is no chance of superimposition. Because if it was superimposition, then you could not say Sakshat Brahman. Then you will say that it appears to be like this. So he says this is our explanation, but Advaitvadis don't explain it. This is only a Vaishnava explaining like this. Advaitvadis don't believe in real Krishna's abode, nothing. So how do they explain? That he explains now. So he says, Kincha Arvachina Advaitvadi वादिनस्तु माया शक्त्या त्वत्त विनापि अभावे तत्व नय विनापि अभावे आगमापायेषु बाल्यादिषु. So there is some mistake here. Anyway, what he is saying is that, or at least that's what he wants to say, that some lines are missing in this commentary. So what the Advaitavadis say is that creation has no beginning. So you are carrying samskaras from the previous one. And therefore you don't need a real object to superimpose. The question comes that you need a real object, experience of a real object to superimpose onto something. Because if you have not seen a snake, how can you superimpose snake onto the rope? Right? This is the argument which is given. So they answer that there is no need of real snake, but you have had experience of false snake from the previous cycle of creation, and that you carry, and then you superimpose this, and from the previous and the previous and previous and previous, and because it is beginningless, so you don't need to go to the end of it. So that's how they answer it.
That there is a difference because somewhere it has to have a start in that sense.
No, but Anadi,
Yeah, but the experience
Maya is Anadi. There is no beginning.
The experience of the object must be there somewhere.
Just like you can see something in your dream which you have not experienced in your real life, and that which you have seen in the dream, you can mistake some real object for that.
And also in the dream,
So in the dream it was not real, but you got an impression of that, and now you can superimpose that onto something real. So without even having a real object, you can make superimposition. Right?
Especially if you think it's real. Somebody says it's real, but it's real.
Suppose you see a golden mountain in your dream, and then you see mountain when you are awake, and there is some sunlight falling in the evening. So, this is golden. You can mistake it for a golden mountain. Of course, it's a mistake. We are all talking about mistake only. Everything is an error. And that's why you have to give it up. So, the argument which is given against this is that when you want to superimpose one thing onto another, then they must have some similarity. Otherwise, superimposition is not possible. Why do we mistake water in the mirage? Because the light which is refracted from the hot rod or hot sand is a refraction that has a similarity to the water. So then we think it is water. Why do we mistake rope for snake? Because there is a similarity. And that's why it can also happen other way around. You can also mistake snake for a rope. But in their philosophy, nobody mistakes the world for Brahman. It should be possible. But nobody does that. So the thing is that there is no similarity between Brahman and the objects which we are experiencing. Brahman is qualityless, formless. And you cannot impose anything on something which has no form or quality. Even when you are imposing your experience of water onto the refracted rays, water has a form, it has qualities. But if Brahman is completely formless and qualityless, then there is nothing which can be superimposed onto it. It's not possible. That is one thing. Second thing is that if you want to superimpose then the object on which you superimpose has to be limited. You have to be separate from it. Not that you yourself are Brahman and you are within Brahman and then you superimpose something onto Brahman, because if nothing else exists, how can you superimpose onto it from where it came? And then who is superimposing? If you are also Brahman, then how can you superimpose? That means you are getting into illusion, and so that means you are making two divisions of Brahman. One the confused Brahman and one is unconfused Brahman. But Brahman is called indivisible also, akhanda. So it is not. So these are the various problems which come. But this is how Advaitavadis speak. That's how they try to prove the world is not real.
So trying to explain what has been supposed to Brahman, just one part, then there is another explanation by reflection.
It doesn't matter what you say, reflection or ultimately it is superimposition. Reflection is a reflection of what? What is reflecting on what? To reflect, the two objects cannot be same. If Brahman is, if your face reflects into the mirror, then your face cannot be the mirror also. Your face has to be distinct from the mirror and also a little separate from it. If you put your nose completely next to the mirror, then what is going to reflect there? There has to be a little distance. And the rays from that object have to fall onto it and then reflect, and then only the image is made. But if these two things are completely same, then who can reflect in whom? It's not possible. And how can anything reflect in something which has no qualities? Reflect something has to have some qualities, some form. So it doesn't stand. But that's the most popular philosophy, Advaitavad. Wherever you go, there is only Advaitavad. Vaishnavism, it's very little in comparison to Advaitavad. All the scholars in the West, whenever you say Vedanta, it means Advaita Vedanta. And everybody is fascinated by Advaita Vedanta. So this is how this verse is being explained.
But then, if celestial Loka, there are all these objects, like snake, etc., what is the relation to the snake we see here? What exactly is the relation?
There is no relation. Just he is trying to explain the verse from a Advaitavad point of view. I already said that. It's not that it's actually like that.
You said that from Vaishnava perspective,
Yeah,
other objects are there and those are...
Yeah, but how you are going to superimpose them when you don't have no experience of it?
No, I'm not talking about superimposition at all.
No, what I told you.
What is the relation between the real snake up there?
There is no relation. There has to be a relation. It's like something exists here and something exists in America.
If one is in perfect copy of another, there should be some relation.
So you tell me, there should be. Then you tell me what is the relation.
One is comes from another. One is produced somehow from another.
what is formal?
Where does a copy
But even if it is made a copy, what is the relation? You have a computer and then you draw a drawing, pencil drawing of that. What is the relation? At most you can say that I made a copy of it. How are they related? The bodies are temporary, material, that is spiritual, that is eternal, unending. That's Antaranga Shakti, and this is Bahiranga and Tapastha, two separate things. So he says that this Dvaitvadis, they say that this is like parampara because of the anadi creation one after another. So you have experience one creation and you carry on those experiences into the next creation and you superimpose and you see the world. So that's how they explain. So Agama Paishu Balyadishu Swayam Devadatta iti Pratyadhyajnana Syad Taduttam Bhaktai Ayurubhava Tirobhava Dharmakeshu Namika Namati Yat Tadharmitatra Syaditi Vastuta Paramatmano Kalp Bheda Prashakteva Vastuno Vikalpa Sati Pur Arop Sadhanashateva iti Brahma Syad Sattvad Sati Tattvadev Vidya Nivritti Nanu Sarva Mithyatva Sastrasya Idam Shaita Kathaya. So now the last point which is made here is that Vidhi Nishedha, that if everything is not real, then what is the use of having injunctions? Be truthful, be non-violent, right? Don't steal. What is the use of that? What difference does it make if you steal or you don't steal? It is not real. So then that means the Vedas become useless then. So he is answering that. He says, Swapna Madhye Jagrat Swapnam Yatha Yatha iti. Iti Swami Charana Atiriktam Antaranga Hladani Adi Shaktim Tadvilasam Bhagavan Nityattu Dhama Chityadam Samanyamana Andha Paramparaya Vivarte Mithyabhutasya Sadasya Bhavachakshana Vigiyante Nahi Marichka Jalasya Gundoso Vigyan Upadishyata. So he said, just like you see the water in the mirage. So there is no point in saying that this water in mirage is very healthy, or if you drink it you will fall sick. It has no meaning. So like that, if the world is not real, then all the injunctions of scriptures or religious principles will have no meaning. Because it's all. So he said, Avidvad Adhikaritvad Pragunya Vishya Veda Nispragunya Bhavarjana. So that was the last part, he said. So he says, therefore you have to rise above this. Therefore what you have to do is, you have to rise above these injunctions. Because the injunctions are not meaning. So you have to go beyond, because beyond is Brahman. Therefore Krishna says, Tragunya Vishya Veda, Nistragunya Bhavarjana. That the Veda is full of Tragunya, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. So you become free from that. Okay. That's why they say, in Advaitavad they say like this. He says, Guru mithya, Shastram mithya. Shastram janyam jnanam mithya. Guru is mithya, Shastra is also mithya, the knowledge coming from Shastra is also mithya. Only Brahma Satyam. That's their conclusion ultimately. So Shastra also what is that? So that is the Advaitavad. If you want to follow Advaitavad, you can take a dip somewhere. But at least we have to know. So that's why Vaishnavas oppose it vehemently. Why do they attack Advaitavad so much? Because it's such a dangerous philosophy.
Are they trying to put us in a state that we're already in the Krishna's abode somehow, and we just don't realize it all the time?
But you can also propagate that.
And that following the injunctions of truthfulness and so on is just to wait for someday.
No, these Advaitavadis don't believe in any abode or anything like that. For them, everything is just appearance, it's a dream. The only reality is Brahman, which has no form and no qualities. And you are Brahman. ठीक है.